What happens when Kathy strays from her marriage? And does she learn her lesson? My name is Ted, and I am a 52-year-old man residing in New York. Recently, I went through a divorce with my wife, Kathy, who was 47 when we parted ways. We had been married for 2 decades and have a 19-year-old son, Ron, who is pursuing his education in another city. I manage a small business that generates a comfortable income, allowing us to enjoy a stable lifestyle. I first encountered Kathy in a bar in New York City nearly 25 years ago. It was a random meeting on a Friday night. I was out with my friends, enjoying a few drinks, when I noticed Kathy across the room. She had an irresistible charm that immediately captivated me, and I decided to strike up a conversation. We connected instantly, talking for hours that night. I was mesmerized by her intelligence, sharp wit, and free-spirited personality. She was full of enthusiasm and passion for life. Shortly after that night, we started dating, and our bond deepened with each passing day. After a few years, I proposed to her in Central Park under the shade of a majestic oak tree. She joyfully accepted, and we exchanged vows in a small, intimate ceremony surrounded by our closest family and friends. Since my business was flourishing, financial concerns were never an issue. Living in New York, I provided Kathy with an extravagant lifestyle. However, most of Kathy's friends were married to affluent men who live in opulence and extravagance. Over time, many of these women ended up divorcing their husbands and securing hefty alimony payments. I frequently warned Kathy to distance herself from these so-called friends. I never liked them and detested the days when I had to pick her up from their gatherings. On several occasions, some of her friends even attempted to flirt with me, but I chose not to disclose these incidents to Kathy and simply ignored them. Kathy always reassured me that her friends would never influence her love for me or our family. I trusted her, and life carried on. On Kathy's 45th birthday, she went out with her friends to celebrate. I wanted to spend the evening with her, but she insisted that one of her friends was leaving town and wanted to meet up. Reluctantly, I agreed and spent the night alone with a bottle of Jack Daniels. Kathy was highly active on Instagram and TikTok, frequently posting updates. Her birthday celebration was live-streamed on her account, and what I witnessed left me disgusted. Her friends presented a cake shaped like a male organ, topped with white cream. Kathy playfully took a bite from it and sliced the cake, while her friends cheered and danced around. Later, I saw that their group had gone to a male strip club. When Kathy returned home, I confronted her. I told her that her behavior was disgraceful and completely inappropriate, especially for a married woman with a 19-year-old son who could easily see everything she posted. When I questioned her about the strip club visit, she claimed it was an unexpected surprise planned by her friends. I replied that the surprise ended the moment she chose to walk through the doors of such an establishment. I made it crystal clear that I was deeply disturbed by her actions, which did not align with the values of a devoted wife. She burst into tears, and I left her alone, refusing to sleep in our bedroom that night. The following morning, she remained silent and left the gym. The tension between us was palpable, and things only deteriorated further. 2 weeks later, I asked if she was still upset about the argument on her birthday. To my astonishment, she accused me of being jealous, claiming that I lacked friends and could never host such extravagant parties. I was taken aback by her words. I told her that I avoided strip clubs because I was a married man and found her actions revolting. I ended the conversation and left for work. Our relationship remained strained. Though we eventually started communicating again, Kathy became even more engrossed in TikTok, where her daily vlogs attracted a significant following. I stopped watching her content and focused on my own life. On my birthday, I spent quality time with my son. Kathy was physically present but entirely absorbed in her phone, engaging with her online followers. My son grew frustrated and asked what was wrong with her. I jokingly told him that she had been bitten by the social media bug, and we laughed it off. However, on our way back home, I could no longer suppress my frustration. I pulled the car over on the side of the highway and asked Kathy to step out. I was boiling with anger but struggled to keep my composure. She stepped out and immediately began filming the scenery, sharing it live on her social media. I grabbed her phone ended the stream, and firmly told her that when she was with family, she needed to be present. I made it clear that our family deserved her time and attention, not her camera. She stood in silence, then got back into the car, refusing to engage in further discussion. A year passed, and it was Kathy's birthday once again. At midnight, I wished her and gifted her a stunning diamond-studded gold bracelet. She kissed me, but mere minutes later, she got ready and left with her friends. I was livid. When she returned home, I asked if I even mattered to her anymore. She was intoxicated, and I didn't expect a coherent response. The next morning, I proposed that we attend therapy together, as I feared our relationship wouldn't survive if things remained unchanged. Instead of responding, she hurriedly grabbed her juice and rushed out the door for the gym. I stayed home that day, resolute in my decision to have a serious discussion. When she returned with her friends, I calmly asked her to step into the bedroom so we could talk. The atmosphere was tense, but the issue had to be confronted. Looking her straight in the eyes, I asked what she truly desired and whether she was even willing to invest in our marriage. Kathy sat down, her expression guarded, before finally admitting that she had been contemplating divorce for the past 2 years. She confessed that she felt she had reached a point in her life where she wanted a fresh start. Fury boiled inside me. I told her that her so-called friends were nothing more than bitter, lonely women who preyed on wealthy men for financial gain. I warned her that the world beyond our home wasn't the glamorous paradise she imagined, that people would exploit her the moment they saw an opportunity. She yelled back, defiant, "So what? I want to live my life. I won't come running to you for pity." I scoffed. "If you do, all you'll find are wolves and hyenas, ready to pick apart whatever remains of you." "Then so be it," she snapped. "At least I'll be content." Silence filled the room. No more words. No more debates. The following day, Kathy posted a video, proudly announcing that she had been planning her divorce for 2 years and was finally making a reality. "I'm just being honest," she stated. "I don't know what's next. I'm exhausted, so I'm getting a divorce. I've tried to change so many things about my life. I'm scared. A little. A lot. But now, when I hesitate, reality is coming, and it's going to hit hard." She called me multiple times afterward. When I finally picked up, she confessed that she missed me and just wanted to talk. I decided to give it one last chance and asked her if she was sure about her decision. "Once the papers are signed tomorrow, there's no going back," I warned. She hung up. A few weeks later, we were officially divorced. Kathy moved out without even a final goodbye. My son took it hard, though he admitted he had seen it coming. The day after the divorce, Kathy posted another video. "I'm doing okay," she claimed. "A week ago, I couldn't see any light ahead of me, but now there are tiny glimmers, like pinpricks through aluminum foil. Not enough to see the other side, but enough to know there's something there. Even on the worst days, I go to bed knowing I'm getting closer to it. One day I'll look back and say I didn't freeze. I kept moving forward. I am strong. I can do this. Good luck finding your own light." A few days later, she posted again. "Do some research into why so many women are realizing they don't need men. I no longer have to tolerate mistreatment or infidelity. I don't even need a man to have a child. That doesn't mean I don't want one or that all men are bad. Here's the new man in my life." She then introduced a young, chiseled guy, barely in his 20s, with rock-hard abs and a smug grin. Well, I thought, at least my money is being put to good use. I went to work that morning, knowing this wouldn't end well. The next day, I stumbled upon another video of Kathy. This time, she was crying. She announced that she and the guy had broken up. I smirked. That was quick. A mutual friend later revealed the truth. She hadn't broken up with him. She had been dumped. Too ashamed to admit it publicly, she played the victim. Not long after, I spotted her at a restaurant, giggling with yet another young man. Coincidentally, I was there for a business meeting. I left quickly once it was over. She hadn't seen me. Watching her with another guy should have stung, but this time I felt nothing. Later, a friend shared a video titled 40 and Naughty. It featured Kathy, clad in lingerie, dancing at a private party, even taking her top off as her friends cheered. I blocked a friend. A few days later, I saw Kathy on TikTok, flaunting herself in a bikini by a pool. "This is what 47 looks like," she boasted. A new low. She even shared her Tinder profile. Curious, I clicked the link. Nearly naked. She posed provocatively, her clothes barely covering the essentials. Then came another video. This time, she was with a younger man. He clearly didn't want to be on camera, quickly pulling his hoodie over his face. It was obvious he was only there for a good time, and he'd vanish soon enough. Days later, Kathy posted again. "I've made my decision. Do I regret it? I don't know. Did I mess up? Maybe. I guess it wasn't all bad. But today I think my marriage wasn't bad either. It was fine. My husband loved me, and I threw it all away. I'm a mess. Ted warned me, but I didn't listen. I just want my old life back. I lost my husband, and now even my friends are gone. I just want my family back." I shook my head. "You were warned." Now that Chad and Tyler had had their fun, she want to come back? Hell no. I don't eat leftovers. One day, she showed up at my office, teary-eyed. "Why are you here?" I asked. She hesitated. "I want to come back home." I chuckled. "Home? There is no home. I sold our house and paid for your so-called Nirvana pad. There's nothing left for you here." She bit her lip. "Can I stay with you?" I smirked. "I already share my bed with my loyal St. Bernard. He doesn't like strangers near me." "I'm not a stranger," she whispered. I exhaled. "To him, you are. And to me, you're just someone from my past. My name isn't Will Smith, and you're not Jada Pinkett Smith. If my wife chooses something or someone over me, it's over for her. I'm off limits." Kathy burst into tears and left. That night, I went home to my dog. Later, I saw yet another post from Kathy. She spoke about her disillusionment, lamenting how hard it was for a woman her age to find love again. Yes, Kathy, you were warned. You don't start dating at 47. Fruit is eaten when it's ripe. If you wait too long, it rots. Nature gives us lessons, but we ignore them. You had everything, yet you sought something beyond the boundaries of marriage. So you left. Now you're left out. As for me, I may never marry again. I'm in my 50s, and I don't see the point in chasing love. My dog gives me all the companionship I need. I'll pass down my assets to my son when he's ready to take over the business. Until then, I'll enjoy the sunshine, breathe in the crisp air, and let nature remind me that some things are better left behind.